Okay, this is Ringwalk Media in association with Well Ice Therapy and Steel Hub Management. It's been a long night, but it's been a successful night. The beginning has begun. Jay Byrne, congratulations on a fantastic show.
Thanks very much, Jonathan, and thanks very much for coming over. I really appreciate it.
I'll tell you what, it was a bit nip and tuck what we got here, and we got here for the first fight. And what a card. You said it was going to be evenly matched, and what a load of fights were unbelievably good.
Yeah, I was lucky. I had my own career. I done it my way, and I've told all the boxers I've signed, there's no point bringing in lads that fall on the floor. You watch it all the time, Matchroom, Bazerman, BT, all these people, when lads are making their debuts, they're 2 fights in and they're fighting lads and they fall on the floor. You know, they get one punch and they're running away and they're hiding. There's no benefit to that. The boys I have signed, I have faith in them. I didn't sign them because I just liked them as people. I signed them because I know they have talent. I know that they can box. I know they're tough. And I know there are areas where they're tough. So I match them accordingly. Like, every fight out there tonight was a 50-50. Like, every fight of my fighters that I've signed was a 50-50 fight. The 2 fights that got stopped on the card were 2 fights that I don't manage them fighters. Yeah. You get me? I managed 5 of the fighters on the bill tonight. The 5 of the fights were very good fights. And yeah, look, there will be times where you won't match them with a tough fight, because you'll know there's different areas. You know, you have to look and you have to. You pick fights for a reason. And tonight, I picked them fights for a reason. I knew they could win all their fights, and every one of them did win their fights. And in my opinion, the crowd got entertainment. All them 5 fights went the distance, bar Matthews stopped your man at the end of the round with an injury. I think your man stopped because Matthew was catching him with big uppercuts and he just didn't like them. But yeah.
Matthew caught him with a body shot and an overhead right, and we were actually literally by that shot, and he didn't want it after that.
Yeah, he looked, and every time your man comes forward, every time he stepped forward, Matthew whipped in an uppercut, and your man just stopped in his tracks. I thought he was fantastic. I thought for a young kid who's been through a lot, he's lost 25 kilos. 25 kilos since April. We've worked together day in, day out. 25 kilos. He didn't even think about boxing again. Tonight he went out there, and I just thought he looked so composed, so relaxed in the ring. And I would have liked him to go through a couple more rounds, but job done, you know. It was a fabulous performance. But I just thought, out of my 5 lads, I just felt they all were in fights that they needed. Like, Senan Kelly needed that tonight. That was a tough fight for Senan, you know. It was a last minute fight. Most people, last minute opponent, just get me anybody, just get me this. I had 5 opponents in front of me yesterday. If Senan's fight was called off at 9 o'clock yesterday morning, I had 5 opponents in front of me at 11 o'clock. I agreed on one at about 11:30, and by 4 o'clock yesterday I had approval from the board and the Slovakian board to get Senan's opponent in for tonight. Done, dusted. But I picked him for a reason, because I knew he was tough. I knew what he brought to the table, and Senan needs that. I asked Senan Kelly, I guess Senan Kelly will tell you that was probably his hardest fight, but that was the 6th fight. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. When we interviewed him, he was like, that was a tough fight. He said, I didn't know anything about him. I didn't know what weight he was. He said, I just had to get in there and use my maturity, and he did so.
Yeah, we weighed in at the same weight. He came in at 67.6, Senan came in at 67.4, so he was the same weight, and it was a tough fight. But that's what Senan needed. Tonight was supposed to be Senan's night. It was supposed to be a headline for the Celtic title over 8 rounds. And if Senan had went in tonight in an 8-round title fight against someone that was really talented and could punch, Senan could have been in trouble. Because after 3-4 rounds of pressure and constant pressure from your man, he was tired. So 8 rounds would have been a bigger fucking distance, a bigger distance to go. And I just feel that tonight, that was a big fight for Senan tonight. I think that was a really good learning fight for Senan, of where he needs to go now fitness-wise and where he needs to get to for his next fight. You know, next fight we were looking at a Celtic title fight. Next fight for me, maybe a 6-rounder against another opponent like that, with slight differences, and then the Celtic title fight, because then he'd be ready.
Well, listen, all of the fighters deserve accolades. They did very, very well tonight, including your brother. Been out, obviously, on the sort of semi-pro circuit over in England last time out. It's his first proper pro fight. He came in here, he was over the moon with the performance. It was a lot harder than he thought it was going to be. And he said himself, I've learned already. He said, I can't wait for this. He really enjoyed himself.
I got to be honest, it was harder than I thought it was going to be as well. I don't know if the nerves got him. He was very, very relaxed upstairs. Very, very relaxed. It was tough. it was a tough fight. Now we got a 40-36. I didn't think it was a 40-36. I thought he won, but I thought it was a good fight. Again, another massive learning fight on day one. You know, like as I said, they're fights that the superstar lads have on their 5th and their 6th fights. He's had that in his first fight. You know, I'm not saying the next fight will be the same as that. Next fight could be easier, but he's had a learning curve. He's learned. So now we go back and we work on what didn't go right tonight and what he didn't do right tonight, rather than me go off to the gym tomorrow and after I'm bowling over someone in the first round and have nothing to work on. Now I have stuff to work on with him in the gym, and he's learning, and he'll be learning. He learned tonight, but now he's going to learn in the next camp because he made a lot of mistakes tonight. But overall, a debut performance, that's phenomenal. Like, you know, a really good debut performance, a tough fight, like a 50-50, really. You know, Ushie and Tracy.
Yeah, he did well.
Ushie and Tracy, I thought he was excellent in the first 2 rounds. Looked to me like he tired a bit in the 3rd round. He did tell me that fella's the hardest fella he's ever been punched by. You know, when he was 2 fights, 2 wins, 2 knockouts, what do you expect? But why did I pick that fight? Because I studied your man. And I studied him and studied him and studied him. And I discussed it with Ushian's father, who's his coach, and he agreed, yeah, Ushian can beat him. And Ushian did beat him. It wasn't won by 1 round. He won 3 rounds to 1, in my opinion. But again, he said it there himself. I've a lot to work on now. Ask yourself, Jonathan, if I got them all the free ticket fights on their debuts and they all went out of here 1st round knockouts and 2nd round knockouts, they all go off and party and love their lives and they're great and they're superstars and they get a nice headline in the morning. And what did they learn from it?
They're not going to learn anything, but they have tonight, and that's.
They still get to go off and have the party and enjoy it and get the headlines in the morning.
We could probably get a disco starting behind us, can't you? Because that's a subtle hint that we should be not here talking. Yeah. But we can't let you go without talking about the guys who have made this possible. Your team, Butch has done fantastic, and you've got some cracking sponsors. I know we've spoken about them before, but they've done you proud, haven't they?
Yeah, it was great, and it was great that they all came. You know, some people throw you a few bob, oh yeah, I'll sponsor you, and then they don't have any interest. But all the sponsors were here tonight, and you know, it was great that they all came at the end of the night and said it was a great night. Thanks very much to me, where I should be thanking them, and they all want to get on board for the next one straight away. And that's what I wanted to bring to the table. I wanted to bring entertainment. I wanted to bring people. I wanted to bring eyes to what we're doing, because this is only the beginning, literally. It is the beginning, and in my opinion, we sold out tonight. They had to close the doors. They couldn't take anyone else at the door. That's a success, you know. To me, again, I said it from day one, it's not about the money. It's about bringing this back. Yesterday, we done a great weigh-in the hotel here, and then tonight we sold out the show. All the fights were entertaining. The crowd have left. There's no rows, no arguments, no fights in the arena. Everyone's left happy. Everyone's left smiling. The fighters are all gone off. All the fighters won. You know, some of them are put through their tests, and yeah, to me, it's been a very, very successful night.
Well, we go to a lot of shows all over the world, and I've got to tell you, for your first show, this has been fantastic, mate. I've really enjoyed the boxing. The whole atmosphere has been, as it always is in Dublin, amazing. But tonight, everyone's been absolutely superb to all the fighters, home and away, and it's been just a superb night. As you can hear, the party is going on. So I'm going to shut up and say well done. The beginning has begun, and now we're looking forward to the future. Well done, mate.